I saw Sheun Kuti's video where he talked about how wicked some people can be, or the rich. They do not have any atom of humanity in them. Anthony Joshua's incident. I wasn't going to set a camera and make videos about this incident, but it resonates with me so well. If you have had something happen to you like that in Nigeria, you pray this prayer every day before you go out, that may Nigeria never happen to you. I'm not here to talk about the systems that are supposed to be in place, talk about things that every other persons have talked about. I'm here to talk about humanity. Many persons are blaming Nigerians, the poor people that came out to help Anthony Joshua. I'm not there, but I'm certain that people, passerby, the poor people that came out to help him, were there before the paramedics. I'm not sure there was paramedics on ground, but I think the road safety people and police came around. Before they came around, I'm very sure the passerby, the poor people you see, were there to support and to help. That's typical in Nigeria. So when people are talking about where's the ambulance, he's not there. That's not what we're talking about right now. At the right time, or when we think it is time for us to protest, to go about requesting for basic amenities in Nigeria, then we'll talk about that. This brings me back to what happened to me about 8, 10 years ago. I had an accident in the rural part of Nigeria on the highway where my car somersaulted and we were in the beach. The villagers came out trying to help, to do whatever they could do. I know I'm a medical personnel myself, and I know how dangerous it is when you're having, when you're bleeding, you're vomiting blood coming through your nose and all of that. There's 90% possibility that you have an internal injury. I was bleeding so bad. People came to the road trying to stop cars, trying to stop buses, trying to stop because it was a highway, stop people just to help to convey me to the hospital. I kid you not. We were there for over 15 minutes. At first, they brought the tricycle to help me. I would call them bike, the motorbike. They brought them to say, this is how we go to the hospital. Would you want them to help you to lift you to the hospital? I felt like, no, 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 I'm not going to do that, because I wasn't talking, but I was just giving them sign that no, I'm not going to do that, because I could feel blood gushing from inside of me. I knew I had some internal injuries. So I was telling them no, no, no. So they were there trying to stop a vehicle for over 30 minutes, and nobody stopped. No bus, no vehicle, nobody stopped. It was then it dawned on me that if I stay here, I was going to bleed to death. That is when I gave it a try for them to use the bike to take me to the hospital. On the bike, I feared my life. It was on the highway, because we have to ride the bike like 30 minutes to the main city where I could get medical attention. So it was luck, it was God that saved me that particular day. If I would wanted to die, I would have died at the accident scene. Where is our humanity? Sometimes I know we don't blame people when you're traveling on the highway, you don't want to stop, but you've seen the crowd there. If accident scene, you would know it from maybe a kidnapping scene. Only the poor have the atom, have the sense of human in them in Nigeria. Let's lend our talking about the system being in place. Watch very well. You will see that the president's convoy has its own ambulance. There is no system in place to deal with emergency situations. We need to wake up. We need to start asking the right questions for the right things to be in place. But talking about being able to pull Anthony Joshua out of the vehicle and being able to convey him to the hospital, those good Samaritan did their best. There's nothing they would have done in that situation. Ambulance wasn't going to come because there's no system in place. Nothing is going to come. So stop blaming the poor masses for even helping that situation. This is just my point of view. I'm not here to lay blames on people, but I want to tell you that I want to ask you that question. For you as a Nigerian, where is your humanity? Humanity first. Help people so that when you're in that situation, you would not die. We need to fix our country. We need to fix the system in place, and at the right time, make your vote count.